Yeah, it really was. It was instantaneous. Back then, you have to also remember this is '96 in April, I think, of '96, and back then this type of melodic heavy metal was very much uh, off the chart. It didn't exist. People wanted to forget about the '80s, and we wanted to embrace the '80s. We loved the stuff, and I didn't have many friends. I had friends who liked parts of it, who enjoyed the melodic stuff as well, but not to the extent in the same way that I did. But at least I knew that they liked the melodic stuff. But there weren't that many. Most people were into the more aggressive stuff, which I was also playing at the same time. I just hadn't my friends usually stopped listening to everything they listened to before. But I kept on listening to all the stuff even when I was playing death metal and stuff. I was listening all the time to the heavy metal stuff as well. I just added the death metal and all the harder stuff as well to it. So it was really difficult to find people who shared this passion. And when Joacim came into the room, in the rehearsal room, the thing was, I was fiddling around my guitar, waiting for him to come in. It was because I never met him before. I'd seen him play live with his previous bands, but I never met him. I was playing a Stormwitch part, which is a fairly unknown German band called Stormwitch. And I was playing a song called Dorian Gray on my guitar, just fiddling around because I was waiting for things to happen, basically. He comes into the door, introduces himself, and he says, and no, even before he introduced himself, he says, "That's Stormwitch, Dorian Gray." And my jaw was on the floor because I couldn't believe anybody knew about Stormwitch, let alone recognize the song I was playing. And we just clicked since then. That's just how it happened. It sounds like a made up story, but it's actually the 100% exactly like this. It happened like this. And then once we started working together and writing songs, we realized, and talking about music, we realized that we have a lot of the same influences and a lot of the same visions or the same vision for how a heavy metal band should be, even back in '96. So we were just like this right away. I found, I wouldn't say soulmate because we're not engaged in partners in any other way than Hammerfall, but it found a musical soulmate, if you can say that. I feel like everything I write, when I present it to him, as this is done, do what you do your thing with it. Then I have a very good feeling about the material. I love it. I think it's I have my vision maybe about what I think it's going to end up being, but I still don't know because I haven't heard his vocals. And once he gets into it, and he was very creative during a period for this album, he just sent the stuff he sent back was just immediate goosebumps. Yes, exactly what the song needed. And he took what I thought already was a really good song a couple of steps up, because it's so important what happens between the choruses. So some music styles don't care, they just blah 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 chorus. That's just how it is. But for heavy metal and for Hammerfall, we never wasted any moment of the song. Like the verse are equally important as the pre-chorus and the chorus, but it should also build up to the chorus, and that chorus should be the big thing, but the rest is not inconsequential. And we've done things like this since day one. We always put a lot of effort into every part of the song, and so the verses that he's done this time is, for me, like they took what I thought was an okay verse or a good verse and made it just that much better. And they just the perfect parts for it. So, and like you said, he surprised me. Not that I thought he would send bad stuff back, but it's also, I want everything to be great. I want the songs to be fantastic. And when he sends his stuff back and it actually is fantastic already, then that's all. That's what I wanted. That's what I really, really hoped for.